I'm pissed off, y'all. Oklahoma lost to Tennessee, and it was a game that they could have won. It was a game that was in your reach. You had it. You were there. You could have beat them, and you lost it. You had to change your quarterback in the process. But man, like, I'm pissed off because what this team could be, it's being squandered. And I know y'all feel the same way. I know y'all do. And I got to come out and say it. I was wrong about maybe needing to bench Arnold and put Hawkins in. I'll admit that. I've always told y'all I will admit when I'm wrong on this show. But that's not why I'm pissed off. We got to talk about it, y'all. Like, I need some therapy here. So hit the like button to give me some therapy because this is bad. Shout out to the lady last night as we're walking out the stadium. She lives in Dallas. She watches my show a lot. I didn't get a chance to catch your name, but thank you for tuning in. Sorry, I didn't really want to talk last night. I was not happy. So, we got to start with the biggest headline, right? Because Oklahoma bent Jackson Arnold for Michael Hawkins last night, and I think there's a lot of Oklahoma fans that feel validated. But I want to ask you this question right here, and I want you all to answer this honestly, understanding Jackson Arnold's not your guy anymore. Like, Michael Hawkins is probably going to be the dude you roll out with the rest of the season. Does Michael Hawkins actually fix the issues with wide receivers dropping passes, the offensive line having continuity? Does he really fix those things? Does he fix the wide receivers not blocking? Does he fix the wide receivers not running their routes the right way sometimes? Does that fix the problem? Because although I think Michael Hawkins is going to fix probably some of the bad turnovers you've seen from Jackson Arnold, I don't think he fixes some of those other problems. See, the offensive problems that Oklahoma has, they run deeper than just Jackson Arnold. And that's got to be the thing that infuriates you as an Oklahoma fan. Because last year, you didn't have some of these problems. And even though Nick Anderson's hurt, why is J.J. Hester not catching balls? Why are these wide receivers not blocking well? Where has this gone wrong? Where? What's going on? Is the loss of Jeff Lebby that instrumental for Oklahoma? I didn't think so. But we're sitting here today asking ourselves, why? Because we have such a good defense, probably a top 15 defense in the country, but our offense is awful. Going to be in the bottom hundreds, guys. I just want you all to know that. This offense is going to make every defense we play look like they have a stellar defense. And who would have thought that if you would have gave me the stat line that Tennessee has 83 penalty yards, 82 penalty yards, 10 penalties. They go 6 of 19 on third down. They have 2 turnovers. Would have told you Oklahoma probably wins the game handily. Except for, and this is where we got to talk about the quarterbacks. When the defense got you the ball twice, Jackson Arnold immediately, the next play, went and gave the ball back to Tennessee. Which is why I understand you had to bench him. Which is why I understand you could not roll with him anymore. And I was wrong. Like, I was the Jackson Arnold supporter that told you all, hey, let's give the guy some more opportunity. Like, doesn't have the wide receivers that he needs. Doesn't have a consistent offensive line. But it doesn't look good. Because he proved me wrong. Proved everybody else wrong too. And said, hey, Michael Hawkins, here's the keys to my job. And I know Brent Venables says this is going to be quarterback competition, but I feel like you can't roll out Jackson Arnold right now. The fan base would go insane. The fan base would go ballistic if you rolled out Jackson Arnold right now. That's where the state of Oklahoma football's at. The state of Oklahoma football right now is you haven't really had a consistent quarterback since Jalen Hurts. Quarterback battle since Jalen Hurts. And the 1 year that Dylan Gabriel came in 2022 wasn't really a quarterback battle because you didn't really have anybody to compete for the job. This is where we're at right now. This is not Oklahoma football. But the thing now that you have to go relay to recruits is what you saw tonight, what you saw on national television isn't the Oklahoma standard. And that's not going to be what we do at Oklahoma. But the thing is, it can only get better from here, right? It can only get better from here. Because when you got to the fourth quarter last night, you didn't even have 100 total yards. It's got to get better. And I don't know where the change starts. Because one of the things Brent Venables pointed out in his postgame presser, the problems we were seeing against Temple, against Houston, they're not getting fixed. Which means one of two things. The problems are not fixable, or your coaches aren't fixing the issues. And I would say it's probably a little bit of both. There's probably problems that aren't fixable, hence your injury issues. And there's problems that I think are fixable that the coaches just aren't fixing. And one of the problems that I think the coaches aren't fixing is the offense isn't simple. We keep running these RPOs that just aren't working. You need to make the offense more simple. Seth Luttrell is not doing Jackson Arnold a good service. You have a 5-star quarterback, a national Gatorade Player of the Year on your team, yet somehow the development is so bad that we have now had to bench him for Michael Hawkins. And that's nothing against Michael Hawkins. Please do not take that the wrong way. But my point is, where's the development from our offense, from our offensive coordinator, or the quarterback's coach? Where is it? Because it's not showing up. There's no reason Jackson Arnold should look this bad 4 games into the season. So you know what? I'm pissed off. And you all should be too, because we have squandered a 5-star quarterback. Squandered that talent. You've squandered 3/4 of a year right now, or a third of the year right now of a good defense. And you now have 1 loss in the column. You really and realistically only have 1 more blemish before you head into danger zone to making the playoffs. And I know it sounds crazy to say that right now. If your offense gets you 400 to 500 yards a game, you are in the playoffs. That's how crazy this sounds. So a change has got to be made. We saw something happen. This week, we're going to dive a little bit more into this game. We're going to dive into the quarterback controversy. But until then, I need you all to join the discussion. Jump in the comments below. Give me your thoughts. Hit that like and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to watch some NFL football today, try to calm down, and we'll reconvene later this week. But until next time.